Yeah.
Welcome to Opinions Like A-Holes, everybody, your favorite pop culture podcast where we have opinions and most of them stink. My name is Michael Zampino. With me, as always, is Hilton Price.
From the top of culture to the bottom of the whatever the fuck this is. Last night, doing ballet or helping others do ballet.
You didn't do any ballet?
I don't do it.
No pliés?
A lick of ballet in my world. No, but we were there. We were at Guthrie Green, downtown Tulsa. And Tulsa Ballet put on a free ballet concert for the public. And I got to help make it happen.
Yeah.
And chronicle it all on social media with my fancy new phone.
Fancy phone.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun getting to be there and see people get excited about something a little fancier, a little fun, a little creative that you don't normally see. You know, we do the movies, we do TV, you know, we love our music, but ballet is one of those arts that is not something that everybody thinks to check out.
Sure.
And one of my missions since I started there, you know, you got to work, you got to make some money so you can pay the bills, so you can buy the weed and
skills to pay the bills.
And I was like, I want it to have meaning, right? I want my job to have a little meaning. And my meaning for me was I want people to be able to see ballet, you know? Because I didn't know anything about it. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. You know, dance is beautiful. Seeing these people achieve this artistry with their bodies is beautiful. And getting to share that with people is fun. And that's and last night was the pinnacle of that. So I'm excited about it.
And you got a fancy phone.
And I got a fancy new phone. Yeah.
I would like to ask our guest their extent of their ballet knowledge. Please welcome to the show, everybody, Brent Deo.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
How deep does your knowledge of ballet go?
Ballet, it don't go anywhere other than I know they wear those shoes and their feet get messed up.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, they do get some foot problems. I think that's like most dancers. They got, you know, pretty gnarly feet.
Well, it's you know, when you when you a muscle that is the cornerstone of your art, of your creativity, it's going to get used in weird ways, man. You know,
sure. Ask for porn stars,
right? Sure. Well, you know, think about us as comics. We're all comedians here, and my mind is warped. You guys,
yeah,
I'm broken on the inside.
He's got a really warped mind. You won't believe how he looks at things in life.
Well, I mean, but don't you guys do that too? Yeah, you got to kind of look at stuff in weird ways sometimes as a comic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You do.
I like to I like to just occasionally, you know, really go in depth on the ideas behind certain things, like, you know, imagining people in pitch meetings and imagining, like, you know, executives signing off on crazy shit, like how those meetings go. Like I'll sit and daydream about that shit for a long time.
Yeah. I've got a run that I've been doing lately. The setup is kind of like what I look like, and it's silly, funny things based on what I think I look like. You know, with the glasses and my mustache, I feel like there's a lot of assumptions you can make.
For sure.
I've been trying to get jokes about my voice because I'm Indian. I look the part, but my voice don't sound the part. I look like, you know, this Indian with long hair, and then I sound like Larry the Cable Guy or something. Is what I feel like, and I feel like
you
I
don't
need to
sound
play
like
off
that to me. You sound much smarter.
Yeah, definitely smarter.
Well,
but
you know, the accent wise,
Sure.
and,
Yeah.
you know, hey y'all, how y'all doing? You know, it's kind
You're
of
not that
weird.
You're not as country as Larry, though.
Right, and
Sure.
you're like Larry the Dish Network guy.
Larry,
you know,
the cable technician.
honestly, we just don't wear the same clothes, but we do probably do the same things. Like
Lawrence, the fiber optic cable technician.
Well, you know who's been a master at really identifying their own qualities like that is C.R. Parsons. He's got that joke where he looks like the biker, but he sounds like a Muppet. Mm-hmm. And that's a joke that I wouldn't have put together until he told me about it, which I think is a neat thing to do.
And it's pretty accurate.
Man.
Well, kind of. There weren't, if you really stop and think about it, there weren't a ton of Muppets with like really high voices.
Well, I mean, Kermit's got a high voice.
yeah.
I would argue that it's pretty normal.
That's somebody else.
CR, is that you?
That's somebody else. I most of like Jim Henson and Frank Oz, like their voices, I think of like Dr. Teeth and like the Phenomena and like a lot of those.
Okay.
The more like, hey, Rolf, you know.
That's another one too, where I feel like that's like almost Rolf. Like your Kermit was almost Kermit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't practiced in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Elmo. What was I thinking?
Okay. Well, Elmo's got the higher.
That's Sesame Street.
He's real high pitched though. Well, they're Muppets though. The Sesame Street characters, they're Muppets.
I don't know if I consider Elmo a Muppet.
Where's the cross?
Okay.
Like, what's the
Elmo's been.
How do you define a Muppet?
Yeah.
Well, Muppets would never do the things that Elmo did.
Elmo is a furry red Muppet,
Muppet
monster who lives on Sesame Street. Which
I'm not denying he might have at one time been considered a Muppet,
He's
but the
so-
Muppet community has banished Elmo
You're saying,
due to his behavior.
wait, you're saying Elmo got canceled?
Elmo got canceled.
So
Elmo.
it's a group you gotta be accepted into.
No, that guy.
and-
That guy definitely did though.
The guy that the guy that like does Elmo.
Oh, he does more than does Elmo.
So if you can be led in to be a Muppet,
look up Elmo scandal.
do you have to be a puppet to be a Muppet?
Ooh, not all puppets are Muppets, but all Muppets are puppets.
Yes.
Okay.
Hashtag not all Muppets.
Oh, why did it autofill?
Kevin Clash.
Kevin Clash. Oh, okay. So what did? I mean, is it just because of where he had his hand on the Muppet?
No, it's where he had his hand on people.
Oh, I don't know. It's too early in the show for that. Close that.
Yeah, in wake of
That
a
wasn't
sex
the
scandal.
original
A sex
Elmo,
scandal not involving the puppet.
Was it the original Elmo?
Yeah, he was the original.
He was the original.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that Kevin
Because
Clash
I
was the
swear
original.
I watched a documentary on the original guy, and he was black. But
Yeah, that's him.
I thought he was a better guy than that. I don't know.
Well, and who knows? Maybe the documentary is what led to the real stuff coming out. Because sometimes that's what happens is they get people get famous, and it's once they get a little attention that someone's like, oh, by the way, they were a total shit.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get famous right there. Because I know.
Yeah,
they're
he
out
was
there.
the original. Kevin
was?
Clash. Yep.
Man.
Man, he seemed like a better guy than that. Dang.
Yeah. He's no Steve from Blue's Clues, that's for sure.
Man. Do you guys ever go to Steve's TikTok?
No, but I've heard it's good.
It's all like affirmation stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not a Blues Clues kid. I'm too old for that. But like,
Well, he's lived through some pretty serious health issues, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's probably got to be a good chunk of why that is.
Well, I just, but good on him though to kind of try and use that into spread some positivity.
Oh,
I like
absolutely.
that.
When he came out with that first video of where have I been? Like, did you watch that? Mm-mm. It was kind of like he came out with, it was sort of like a message to the Blues Clues fans of his era.
Yeah.
Sort of like, you might have been wondering where I was. And it was, I can't even think of the right word. It was moving. It was really, really sweet, really thoughtful. And yeah, brought me to tears for sure. For sure.
That's been a kind of cool side effect of this really intense nostalgia baiting that we do nowadays. You know, the new season of the TV show that ended 10 years ago, where they bring back, characters from something from forever ago in a new form, is that we even see stuff like the characters from childhood that were, helped shape who a lot of us are as we grew up. Are kind of being brought back in new ways to kind of, I don't know, find a way to not only help kids today, but to kind of remind the adults today, like, hey, man, it's going to be okay, because we could all use that sometimes.
For sure. The one that I was bummed about, though, that it didn't work out well was the Fraggle Rock reboot.
Oh, yeah? That not work out?
Because it had been signed off on and everything, and it's pre-production and all started pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. But then by the time they started doing the show, we're about to do the show, COVID hit. And so they tried to sort of incorporate the idea of a Fraggle Rock version of Zoom that they're communicating through. And it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the other one I was thinking of was, of course, Steve from Blue's Clues coming back and kind of, having his own TikTok where he's saying a lot of these kind of positive messages. And then the other one for me was they brought back the Magic School Bus. which was one that a lot of
yeah.
folks I know were
Miss
super
Grizzle.
into. Well, and I think it's Frizzle.
Frizzle, thank you.
Uh,
That Miss Grizzle's
Glizzy.
the Miss Glizzy. Miss Glizzle. That's the porno version.
And yeah,
Miss Glizzy's the porno version because she could take them all the way down her throat.
she's
No,
like, park
the-
that magic school bus in my garage.
or the,
Hey,
the
listen, like,
magic
I'm
bus
not
hanger.
gonna lie. If my wife dressed up like Miss Frizzle, I'd be pretty stoked.
Well, and they did a reboot where there was like a younger Frizzle.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, where the oh, you don't want the older Frizzle?
I mean, look.
You robbing the cradle of Frizzles here?
No. It's not about. It's not about her age. It's that if my wife shows up in that Frizzle dress,
You don't want the young
It's
Frizzle
on.
though, because the older Frizzle will teach you some things. You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm. Yeah. She knows some shit.
Yeah. You want that hot mommy energy
Yeah.
from Miss Frizzle.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Also, we watched a trailer about dating a little too young, and it was it kind of put a little bit of a shadow on a famous Hollywood relationship.
Yeah, the Elvis movie.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. I don't want. I don't
what
want
was
this
it
new
called?
young.
Is it just called Elvis again?
Priscilla. This
It's
one was
called Priscilla.
Yeah.
It's called Priscilla. Yeah, Elvis is a dog. He's a real toxic boy, and
Yeah, he was not a good dude.
but
What-
I mean, he's a king. What king wasn't toxic?
Yeah.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
think it's about how we define kings too. It's about because you know what I mean. Especially when it comes to music, I feel like artists like Elvis and the Beatles, who get sort of put in the category of like having so much influence on music as a whole, yet at the same time, everything that they were doing already existed. It was already being done. They weren't necessarily innovative. They were pulling from things that was already there. They just happened to gain the most popularity. They just happened to be the most marketable, the most whatever, all of those things combined.
The most palatable to a largely white audience. at the time, 'cause
Exactly
that's
that.
what it was.
And that's really what it was, is that Elvis made black music palatable for white people, and they gave him all the credit for the black music that came before him. And that's reason one why Elvis can fuck off. Reason two is illustrated in this film.
And that's really what we saw here. So Priscilla, starring Kaylee Spaney as Priscilla Presley, Jacob Elordi as Elvis, and other talented actors, really highlights the kind of dark side of the Priscilla-Elvis relationship, including him coming into her life so young. You said he was how old?
Well, so one of the things that I'm going to be curious about is how the portrayal of when they met it will be in this film.
Yeah.
Do they portray it honestly or do they fudge it?
Yeah.
Because the reality was that he was 24 and she was 14.
Yeah.
And then when they got married, she was 21. So he was nice enough to wait till she was 21. He gave her 7 years of grooming and all that shit.
And you hit on the term there. Is it really the trailer, even without getting into necessarily how they met, it showed a lot of the elements of grooming.
Grooming.
With him
And
showing
control.
It's a real thing. Like you can brainwash somebody as they're growing up, and this is what I know, and this is all I know because this person told me this, and why? How you're not gonna believe the king?
Yeah.
And
That's why
especially in the
they-
young person's eyes, like,
Yeah, it's another
Really
reason why they
impressionable.
go after young and impressionable, because if you get them early enough, they don't know anything other than what you're showing them, and then they think that, oh, well, this is just how relationships are. This is just what it is.
One thing I noticed in the trailer was in almost every scene, the cinematography really highlighted how much taller and bigger Elvis, Jacob Elordi's character, is than
Yeah.
Kaylee Spaney, and that it really set a kind of a tone of domination. Even in those brief scenes in the trailer, I got a very strong vibe of, oh, he is over her, controlling her, in charge of her, and it really drove home that message. It was almost a little too heavy-handed. I'm sure there'll be pushback, but there shouldn't be. This is something that needs to be talked about
For sure. And did I see, is this A24
Yeah,
doing this?
exactly.
So that's, I assume that's a lot of the reason why this will probably be a little bit more honest take on what really happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there was not, it's not a horror movie, which A24 is also known for doing and doing well, but there is a sense of tension in the scenes that I saw, in the lighting, in the dialogue. There's one scene in particular where Priscilla, after kind of being encouraged to wear her hair, her makeup in a certain way, is kind of saying that she's not happy with the look. And his response in the wording was something like, well, what do you mean you're not happy with the look? And it was the tone and the scene and the kind of, he was draped in shadow, and it was really highlighting his height and his domineering appearance.
His words said, "What do you mean you don't like it?" But his intention was, you don't get to like or not like this look.
Yeah.
This is your look.
Right.
You know, for a term, that term,
Change your hair.
yeah,
You know, put on certain nails or whatever.
yeah.
Dress
That's
a
part of
certain
the
way.
grooming. Yeah, that's part of the grooming part.
And that's the thing is for a term we see bandied about a lot, I don't always see great examples of it being shown, and this was a great example. And I think this is going to be a powerful film.
I mean, if you need to see good examples of grooming, look at Christianity.
Right, yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Just
That's grooming 101, indoctrination 101. But, we digress. Anyway, I definitely think I'll give this a watch. I'm, definitely not a theater watch, but I'll watch it just because I am interested to see a more honest portrayal of Elvis that's not, just sugar-coated and whitewashed.
when we was watching the trailers, I was like, okay, I would watch this one over the first one, and then the third one came. I was like, well, maybe I'd watch this last one, that third one instead of the middle one, because it's cool the drama, watching drama, but I like
You like comedy,
the
scary
comedy,
comedy.
scary, yeah. It's
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
so that seemed a little bit more interesting for me instead of like, looking back at history. And so, and what is this going to change about history? Are people going to walk out of this theater like still clapping for Elvis? Well, Elvis, he's a dog, but he's still my man. Or like, oh, now everybody hate Elvis. Like, is this movie made for that?
Yeah.
Is it just
Solid question. Maybe it's more of a
bringing history to light?
Maybe it's more of a I'm not
Yeah.
trying to change your opinion on Elvis, but maybe not. Maybe not everything about him is known, and that can sort of cloud people's view.
And also,
It's like at least make your decision based on all of the information.
and again, it's movies, so there's going to be true stuff. There's going to be
For sure.
false stuff. So what's enhanced to make you think, oh, everybody hate this guy right now?
Yeah.
Or I still give him a chance. And
That is the funny thing about biopics too, is a lot of times, when they do fudge stuff, it's like you do realize that like that happened, so we can like look it up.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
figure
We
out
can
what
check
you
it, yeah.
fudged.
And I'll tell you what, right now, Elvis don't give a fuck because
No,
he's
not at
dead
all.
already.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he can't give a fuck
dude,
on
and
account of being
it's
dead.
up to the public what we want to think about him. What do we want to write him down in history as a king? Do we want to write him down as a king of raping
Pedophilia?
14-year-olds? Yeah, like, so it's up to the public.
And we got to remember too, like, as much as it is important to kind of reapproach works and creative people in the context of new light in our modern times, we also have to remember that nobody was telling him don't do this back then.
Sure.
Everybody was just fine with that sort of thing. The idea of a 24-year-old courting a 14-year-old may have even been acceptable back then.
I'm sure her
reminds me of-
parents were fucking pumped.
And not just because of the famous person element. I think
Sure.
there was a certain element where the people thought like 14 was a gray area if the guy was a certain age as well, And I don't like it. And I know that we don't think that way anymore. But
Right. They go back to it was a different time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Well,
they
he's
have
going to
those
provide
statues.
a sturdy future for my daughter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The
Well, that's
statues of
not good,
Elvis, it reminds me of like the statues when the alt-right people tore down statues, or anybody else that tore down statues of old Civil War people.
generals. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like that. Are we going to go back down and tear them down and say, okay, don't look at that anymore, or something? Or
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I definitely sit on the side of like
R. Kelly.
like if you find out like if there's a statue of R. Kelly, I say
Gonna be
take
canceled.
that motherfucker down. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
But that's a different. Is that the same thing though? Because what R. Kelly did was illegal and not acceptable in modern society when he did it. the sexual relations with the child. Obviously, the kind of kinky behavior with the child was never acceptable.
Another grooming incident too.
Yeah, but it was one that happened in like the 90s and early 2000s, which was a different time, which was a more similar time to today. You still weren't allowed to be having sex with a teen in the 90s.
Right.
But in the 50s, there was gray areas there. There was that like when like 16 to 18 was considered like kind of adult or adult light or whatever. Like and I'm not obviously I'm not like a historian or whatever, but we know that these like just like I was saying before, like no one was telling him he couldn't wait till she go after her as a teen, but then just marry her when she was finally a woman, you know? That kind of behavior was acceptable then.
I guess it's a just because you didn't know it was wrong, is it okay sort of thing, or like just because there wasn't a law against it at the time, like.
Well, and how much of like what we even consider okay is shaped by kind of what we learn on the way up, you know?
Also, what could be considered in Elvis's fast life, running into a girl, did she tell him she was 14? And
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
pretty-
and he's not gonna look it up, in the middle of
Right.
hitting on her, like, okay, let's go.
I'm
Let's go
pretty
hang out.
sure it's pretty documented that he knew.
He knew? Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%, but I feel semi-confident in that answer.
He could have been like, oh, she looks 16 though, so
Yeah.
But you
that's
have to be
pretty much
18 to sign up for the website.
But you can still use the lessons of this time.
Fucking Chris Hansen walks in.
Right.
You know they can lie.
You can still use the lessons to really show the behavior that can be red flags today, and we see such examples of that behavior in the trailer.
yeah.
What?
I'm just picturing Chris Hansen interviewing Elvis. And Chris Hansen walks in her room, and Elvis is like, oh man, I fucked up real bad. Oh man, I knew it was you, man.
Chris be all like, listen, Elvis, listen, it's bad.
Go ahead and have a seat. Hey, Elvis, why don't you have a seat right there?
I know you're upset, but I just want you to know that I just came here from Jerry Lee
I
Lewis's
wasn't going to do
house,
anything, man.
and
I wasn't going to do anything. I was concerned about her, man. I saw she was on those sites, and I was like, "Oh, I got to save this girl, man. I got to save her, man." I wasn't going to do anything. I only brought the lube because she said she needed it.
Yeah, To Catch a King.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
And you mentioned too that we definitely moved into happier waters for trailers afterwards.
For sure.
What was it? It's a Wonderful Knife was
Yeah.
a weird spin on the It's a Wonderful Life formula.
It's like, what if the ghost from It's a Wonderful Life was murderous Justin Long
In my head, I
in
thought
an almost Moon Knight costume?
I thought I was playing off a night for some reason. Is that a quote?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful night.
No.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Is I just making that up?
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life is the old Jimmy Stewart movie about angel. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
There's a song. Oh,
It's a
there's
Fatboy
song.
Slim song, so we got that going for
There's
us.
a song. It's a Wonderful Night, but I never heard that song, so I don't know why I'm getting It's a Wonderful Night. But
Yeah, no.
It's a Wonderful Knife is, it seemed interesting. It looked a little silly, but also
Yeah.
like there's some parts where like makes you want to say run, bitch, and that's why I like those.
Like a slasher. This is more like an old
Very
slasher,
much.
Friday the 13th
Well,
style.
Cool spin in that the slasher is stopped by a girl living in the town that he's terrorizing, but then she later becomes the It's a Wonderful Life person, and she asks for what life would be like if she never existed. So suddenly, poof, she's in a world where she never existed, including having never stopped the killer.
And so the killer keeps going. And yeah.
And now she's charged with not only trying to figure out her own little Christmas mystery of how can she be,
But trying to find out whether or not this costume is copyright infringement of Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. No,
Okay, see, you
Did you
caught
feel
all
like
that.
it was pretty similar?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, it reminded me of Moon Knight.
I've never seen Moon Knight.
Okay, it's a Marvel character.
And I didn't catch the plot as good as you, so I'm glad you kept up with that, because I'm just like run and thinking of like, why is this dude wearing the white nun outfit? That's what it looks like to me.
Look like the
it's a
Nun
whole-
3. Yeah.
Justin Long is really taken to doing like horror films and stuff like that, like weird, like Tusk, and he's in Barbarian.
He has seemingly taken since he didn't blow up as like the next big thing. I mean, he was like in Waiting, and we all thought he was going to be huge, and then nothing. And then,
Well,
but, but now he gets the free. Yeah, I know he did a Die Hard and whatnot, but
and he had Dodgeball.
Okay, he wasn't Dodgeball. You're right.
I think what's messing up for me in trailers now, they just show the scenes with the people talking, but what happened to the old trailers when they said coming out this fall?
Oh yeah, the VO.
Yeah.
And it tells you the plot with that same voice, and it's clear.
In a world.
Right.
She thought she stopped the killer, but
That-
then suddenly she disappeared.
I can keep
Or
up
there's
with
like the
plot
comedy
that.
version where it's like Hilton Price was just a mild-mannered attorney.
That's never
until one day his son made a wish that he couldn't tell a lie.
Yeah, I need that quick summary, or I'm not. If I have to listen to everybody, then I'm just gonna watch the scenes and the action.
Well, it looks like it's got plenty of that. It looks like it's going to
Yeah.
be a fun slasher flick for
Yeah,
sure.
that's why it was interesting to me. I was like, well, I'd check it. I don't know what's going on, but I
Christmas
need to know
night.
more. I don't know what's going on, but I need to know more.
Well, and the trailer did a good job of keeping a few things close to the chest. Like we definitely have questions going in, not like
This
the other
Christmas.
trailer we watched.
This Christmas, every time a bell rings, an angel goes to hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, ho ho ho.
Ho ho hos.
But at least it didn't reveal every minute of the movie like our last trailer.
Yeah, that one looked like it gave us all of the movie.
Yeah.
Which, doesn't really matter for a movie like that. It's called The Beekeeper. And it's essentially any movie where someone has a loved one. It's a John Wick. It's The Equalizer. It's
Taken.
Taken. Any movie where someone has a loved one. In this case, it is Felicia Rashad.
Yeah.
And she gets murdiddly-urdered. Statham is an apurist.
Yeah. He is a beekeeper who turns out is also a beekeeper, which in the John Wick tradition, they introduce a new concept of like secret
mercs,
killer.
like mercenaries.
They just keep coming out with these, and they're endless, and it's the same thing. Like, it's Jason Statham fighting a bunch of people with karate. Like, does he really know? Does he really know like how to do all that stuff?
Oh,
or
that's
is
a good
it-
question.
Oh, I mean, he's learned a lot of fighting stuff over the years
it
with
looks-
all the action movies he
has
does.
to have.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
After all these fighting movies he's been in, he
But
has to know something.
I bet I feel like he was also a martial arts guy.
No, he was a diver.
Was he? No, you're just quoting the Meg.
No, I swear to God.
Really? Wow.
but
No,
why
yeah,
why is he the blueprint for that?
See, look, he was a member of Britain's national diving team.
Wow. But he also did martial arts, kickboxing, and karate recreationally in his youth.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, he grew up in it.
Okay, so he did both.
So he really
We're
was
both
the
right.
Meg guy before the Meg.
Yeah.
He can do his
He
own
was just fucking
stunts. That's why they keep using him,
drop kicking
huh?
sharks.
Yeah, including underwater.
Yeah.
He's not even OT8 like Tom Cruise.
No.
So he's just real efficient. I feel like that's why they keep using him.
Yeah.
Because he's a character that keeps coming up in a lot of these.
Well, everybody loves
CIA
his like.
secret agent
Everybody loves his
stuff.
gruff British accent, and
Yeah.
he gives you a good line read.
Yep, he's interesting too. You're like, oh, where's he from?
It's so funny. Oh shit!
Well, I guess he takes the lead in the new Expendables. Like,
I have to tell you.
Uh-oh.
I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
But I started watching because I saw the Meg. And we're big on the Meg and the Meg. We watched the Meg 2 trailer. I started watching the Meg 2. Holy shit. Okay. I won't get into the nitty gritty of it, but my favorite thing about it is that in the first Meg, Jason Statham's character, Jason
Statham.
his character is like a deep sea rescuer. Like he specializes in deep sea rescues, right? That's his job. So pretty specialized, right?
Yeah.
The second movie opens with him on a ship, James Bond style, infiltrating a criminal organization. And it's just like, yep, this is him now. He's a spy now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking bananas.
That's the glow up.
I love it. It's so
They force you to
fucking
accept
funny.
it, and they never answer questions like what.
It's
Like what or how?
Yes. The screenwriters are like, yeah, it's the second one. He's a spy now. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, well, at least he's kicking ass.
I can't wait to see him kick this shark in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, do we like that though? Like, does that mean that?
No.
But that means that your creative endeavors can just cut ridiculous corners.
It was
Yeah, no, that's why I'm
confusing.
saying it's so stupid and lazy and dumb.
He was saying he's a beekeeper because he's a secret agent, but he was fighting FBI guys, and he was also fighting the bad guys. It's like
Who's the bad guy? Yeah, exactly.
who's
Yeah,
he
what's
fighting
this
for?
movie getting at? Is this an anti-FBI movie?
I mean, I just don't. These trailers, like that they make for these movies, they can be confusing, or the whole plot is just like all over the place.
Yeah.
And they keep going and reaching for the same, and like, well, we can change this thing a little bit different. Not only is he fighting for the good guys, he fights the good guys.
Yeah. Well, and then we also there was also a lesson in there about taking advantage of the elderly, because it all starts with
Elder
like
abuse.
a money scam hitting this old woman,
Yeah.
and then there's if
Felicia Rashad falls for a scammer.
Yeah.
And then unalives herself.
well, and we know that also that bee populations are threatened, so there's gonna have to be like a bee message in this movie, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
You would hope that they're not just like, yeah, and there's some bees.
yeah, like what's
And
the
that's
whole
it.
hive? Like they could have used a different analogy. I don't know why
Right.
they went with bees, and bees, like you said, that's a good.
Like there's
you
a
know,
legit problem in nature
that's
right
a good
now.
thing to call out.
Yeah,
like,
bees are good. Don't hurt the bees.
And then there's the
Taught Eleanor not to be scared of bees.
and then we all learned that honey is flammable.
I did not know that. Did you look it up to see if that's
I'm
real?
gonna double check it.
Okay.
Is that what he used?
In one scene,
Yeah,
Yeah.
in one scene, someone goes, honey, and he goes, yeah, it's really flammable. Is honey flammable? The flash point of honey is around 200 degrees, and it would therefore
Similar to
be
diesel?
classed as a combustible material, similar to diesel or formaldehyde.
Oh.
Wow!
And sure enough,
I feel like Joe Rogan right now.
Y'all better edit that out because kids are gonna try that now.
yeah,
Honey's flammable.
Don't set your
Yeah,
honey
don't
on
set
fire.
your honey on
kids.
fire, you fucking idiots.
Put a dab in your coffee. That's where it goes.
Dabble do ya?
Dab will do you. Do a dab and then have some honey in your coffee.
Local honey help with your allergies.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I know
That's
that.
very true.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yes, it is.
So I'm gonna go buy some honey after the show.
Local honey, baby. Get that local honey.
Because I know I'm gonna try it. I know I'm gonna go home,
burn some
and-
honey?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if
I'm going to go
No.
home and douse a G.I. Joe in honey and see what happens.
Man, that's
I'm gonna go burn my sticker patches or something.
Were you...
a lot of people don't know in the original cut of A Bug's Life, it ends with the bees attacking with Molotov cocktails.
made of honey?
Yeah, and the entire hive is destroyed.
Were you a destroy your action figures kid ever? Like, were you like, I'm going to strap this fucking...
Like an M80 to a G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Were you that kid?
No, I had Lincoln Logs.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You're a builder.
I was going to say, that's
Create,
the old
not
one, man. Every kid had a set of Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
I'm a tradesman. Okay?
Dude, I remember being like frustrated with Lincoln Logs, being like, God, you're just handcuffed to just one design with these fucking things.
Yeah.
You can't do anything creative.
It's not true. You can make
They just lock each other into like, I
can
mean,
make
you
a
can
bigger
really kind
house.
of just build up and around. Like, you can't.
After I made them, I really did knock them down too. Like,
Hell yeah. Godzilla style.
yeah.
That's the fun back end of a building project is
Yeah.
knocking
tearing
it
it down. Tearing it down.
knocking that
Jenga.
down. You know, that's the fun part too.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever play Dringa?
Dringa?
No.
Yeah, so that's where you take Jenga blocks, and on each one you write a thing, and it's a drinking game.
Okay.
So you'll write like drink whatever, or there'll be like a dare, or there's what all sorts of fun stuff. Slap the person to your right.
Oh wow.
That's a good one.
Not for the person on your right.
Look,
Well,
I grew up poor.
They might get the next
That
one.
doesn't mean I couldn't afford action figures, but I don't think they thought of that, and I didn't think of that.
You appreciated them too much to blow them up.
Well, no, because I mess up everything I have. But I was probably a poor parent's dream. One time for my birthday, I forgot. I was still in elementary. My mom asked me what I wanted. I said, I want bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. Interesting.
And she brought me a whole bundle of bubble wrap. Nice. I was like, fuck yeah,
Hell yeah. She's like,
we got it made.
I spent $12
She can just do
at
that.
Costco.
No, she worked at a place and she got all the bubble wrap she wanted for free.
Even better.
Working at a shipping warehouse.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
You're like, that's as a parent, you're like, wait. You want something I have access to a lot of for free?
Yeah, she said,
yeah, that's a come up.
Yeah. That's
Say less. Say less.
That's a come up right there.
Yeah, that and that I remember being a kid, and I would have loved that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is an awesome gift.
Listen,
as a kid.
I still enjoy bubble wrap.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Pop
so
it.
satisfying.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, if I see something, I'm popping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the really little bubble wrap and you just twist it and it's like a machine gun.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
that's my favorite.
yeah. It's good stuff.
If they're too little, though, I don't like the super little ones.
No,
Yeah, because it's too hard to do them like one at a. You gotta
Yeah.
almost do the twisting
Yeah.
thing.
And then your wrist get tired. It's easier to just use your fingers. So.
Sometimes the big ones, the big bubble.
Yeah.
And they're loud as shit.
real loud. Yeah, they can
Yeah.
be scary loud.
Yeah, it's really fun at work. I love to scare
But then if they're
people
too
with this.
big, then it's not like a big.
That's what
big
she
pop.
said.
Unless, but there's those ones where you can get a real loud pop if you like do it real quick. But that's too much energy, and that's
Well, and
I'll
since some
tire
of
you out too. So
the big ones, sometimes you can't do the standard pop. You got to do a twist,
Yeah.
just to get enough, to kind of put enough pressure on it to pop it.
it's that Goldilocks thing. You gotta find it just right. Not too big, not too little.
Yeah,
You remember Bop It?
I do. Do you? Is that the one that would had like multiple things where you had to like hit
you
the
bop
one,
it
turn
and
the one,
bop it and twist
smack
it
the
and pull
side?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Bop
had
it,
one of
twist
those.
it,
I
pull
had
it.
one of those as a kid.
That was ADHD the toy is what that was.
Really?
Yeah, that was they knew that we needed something to do to occupy our time.
I was into it too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I was trying to remember the melody.
there was
You
a-
said Pop It, and it made me think of Pop It.
pop it,
Pop It.
pop it like it's hot.
Anywho, Beekeeper looks like one of those ones where if you watch it for free on TV, it'll probably be fun to watch.
Yeah.
because it's just action and you don't really have to be thinking about it too hard. It can
This
be
is-
background noise.
It's
But yeah, we'll probably be on our phones watching it. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
You're not gonna miss
You're in a
anything.
waiting room.
Right, yeah.
You're in a waiting room with the earbud in, just watching
Yeah.
Statham kick
Just
ass.
look up when he's kicking ass. Yeah.
Yep.
you're on a plane. It's a perfectly fine
Oh,
plane. movie.
yeah, that would be a good plane movie.
Yeah.
Not for me though, because you're not going
You're
to
not
catch
gonna
me
get
on
a
a
plane.
plane.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes they make it where he's kicking ass from start to finish, and it's like, well, can't take my eyes off because it's a pretty good movie now. But then those are the movies that your girlfriend don't like or wife. They're like, all right, can we change it now? And it just started.
Well, and I was thinking too, like, it's the kind of thing where if you're like a Jason Statham person, if you're just all caught up in all the movies he's doing right now, this is tailor made for you.
Yeah, if you're into all the Fast and Furious and the
Yeah.
Megs and the
Yeah, if you got through the Megs and the Expendables.
cellular.
So, and I was just reading how the new Expendables is they've essentially kind of handed the torch over to him from Stallone.
Oh yeah,
Like Stallone's barely in the new one.
well, because he's fucking
Yeah,
elderly.
he's 207
he's gotta
years old.
Start looking at
He's
retirement.
elderly.
Yeah. So well, I mean, they had Harrison Ford be elderly in the new Indiana Jones.
In the first Expendables, it was like, hey, these are the guys from the old action movies, and it was like, okay, cool, right? That was fun.
I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be one and done.
Then
It was supposed to be,
If
I'm
you're
sure.
doing it 12 years later or whatever, like
Yeah.
now your movie is what was that one, Red, where the joke was that they were all elderly? Like you're just doing movies with old folks that can't physically do the things you want of them.
But it's probably like they're older now, so maybe they can get them cheaper. And they're like, they got all these big names in one movie.
that AARP discount on Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, see, you can't do all these action things, so we can go pay you less.
Dolph Lundgren gave me a senior discount.
Yeah. They're like, we just got Bruce Willis half off.
And so they can
You
really
can't give Bruce Willis
promote
anymore.
this
He's
movie
not well.
easy when you got a bunch of big faces on one movie. Like that's like that's like having a bunch of people on one lineup. You know, you get a bunch of people in the crowd because they invite everybody.
Well, and you get those of us who 10 years ago that would have been like a major blockbuster. You know, like for me, you know, you see Stallone and Schwarzenegger and you know, he's an awful man, but Chuck Norris, you know, these are the action stars that I grew up with. So of course, seeing them all on one poster, you're like, oh hell yeah, got to go to that. And it's also kind of partly too because we do this thing as we get older where we kind of stop taking on new entertainment. Like there's a reason why we don't know all of the young stars in movies right now is because like as we get into our 40s, we're just not paying as much attention to that. Mm-hmm. So they can't get me with, you know, Bill Johnson, the new action guy.
His name wouldn't be Bill Johnson.
It would not.
It's not a name of a young star in 2023.
Yeah, that's where we get all these remakes from. People's like, you know,
the new teen heartthrob, Bill Johnson.
Shut up with my made-up action guy name. But yeah, you're right. You got to go where the money is, and you know that there's guaranteed money behind throwing these old stars back into some new vehicle. You know,
I had a friend that went by Bill.
Also, Bill Johnson.
I had a friend that went by Bill as a teenager, and I thought it was so weird. I was like, "Why would you go by Bill? That's such a like old man name."
I knew a Bill as a teenager.
It was weird, right?
No,
like,
he was the cool guy. He was.
I'm gonna call you William.
He had the long hair. He played the drums. He was rock and roller.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The Bill I knew, I did a lot of drugs with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is going on in the world, Hilton?
I don't know. What else did I find out today? Black Eyed Peas have settled a very important case, legal case, against a pooping unicorn toy.
Huh. So was it that the unicorn toy used their song?
Kinda.
Yeah, we need to know more. What's going?
Details, please.
The toy was called My Poops.
My poops.
I get it.
You may remember the Black Eyed Peas had a hit
My
song.
lovely lady poops.
Well, I heard they don't. Black Eyed Peas had a song called My Humps, where they talked about one's humps.
I want to hold on. I just honed in on a sentence, and I just want to.
Okay. In this article by the Onion AV Club.
The lawsuit, originally filed in January, alleged that the song created for MGA's Poopsie Slime Surprise unicorn toys exhibited, quote, willful copyright infringement and, quote, exploited without authorization the original Black Eyed Peas hit.
So this song was a parody song made for this poopin' unicorn toy that was pretty much a parody of My Humps called My Poops.
But I thought
Isn't there a parody law?
Yeah, I thought parodies were legal.
Right? Yeah.
Like, what about Inkovich? Well, Inkovich.
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. It says
Doesn't it fall under the...
It said exploited
satire?
without authorization. Yeah.
What you going to do with all that poop? Maybe it's that they didn't change it enough. Like you only changed one word. It's not 20% or more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a percentage that you gotta change.
I think there is when it comes to like.
Oh, we can watch it over on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, let's do that.
Let's see if this comes up.
The poops. We watch the
Poopsie slime surprise. Oh shit! Yeah.
Wow.
What? My poops.
I am.
We have no rights to this.
I do not own the rights. I was not finished listening. I am going to put that on a loop. I am obsessed.
I am.
Why would
disturbed.
anybody even ever make that?
What
Yeah.
does it poop?
What does it poop?
Poopsies?
What does the toy poop?
My poop.
I need to know.
I
Unicorns
assumed it
poop
was some
rainbows,
kind of
right?
yeah.
Is it edible?
Poop.
Oh, so they settled. So I mean, how much money they get out of it? Millions.
Looks like an undisclosed amount.
Yeah, they usually don't make that shit public.
Because what?
Well, sometimes they'll agree when they agree to.
Wow.
Huh. Well,
I
guess Poopsie knew that.
Well, let's
wrong.
see if
oh,
we can find
slime. It's slime.
Yeah,
it dukes
it makes
slime.
a slime.
So it's
Slime
got constant
surprise.
diarrhea.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I mean, is that what it is? I mean, it's a toy.
Well, look
that-
right there. There was a little girl playing with slime.
No, I know, but I really, I've
Oh,
got
we
it
got
on,
a demo.
I've got it on
Hell
without
yeah.
the sound on, so we can watch while we're talking here. But I guess she literally sits on a toy toilet, and then there's going to be slime
On a toy?
on a toy. Wow, there's.
Oh
this-
my goodness.
This
There's-
whole thing. This is so
you gotta-
much.
What?
What is happening here?
There's your poop canister.
Yeah, yeah.
Your poop. You make the poo. You put it in the body,
Once she she makes the poop.
and then there's a shit button,
Oh, and there's a little.
a shit rag,
Oh, make sure you clean the area where the poop's going to be. This is
a nice
so,
microfiber shit cloth for your slime.
this
That's not going to ruin that immediately.
I think that unicorn needs some hey dudes or something.
Oh, and there's a little switch. The switches from rocking to eating.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Nope. That's so. You feed it.
Oh,
Oh, you put that powder, I guess.
You
with the
poison it.
water.
you poison it. Then
You
it
give
has
it little
diarrhea.
spoonfuls of arsenic,
You
and then
put-
5 mils of water.
Yep. You put water. You feed her the water.
Oh, you put it in the drink. You're teaching kids how to
roofie people.
how to roofie people.
Unicorn food in this lube like container.
Yeah, they're essentially. Yeah, you're essentially just like putting all this stuff in the toy.
Oh, here's a little
Just
Slurpee.
wait 2 minutes and
cup.
a unicorn won't remember anything.
The Poopsie's really sleepy.
It might shit the bed, but she got 2 hours.
Yeah, Poopsie technically worked.
Included with the patent pending chlorophyll cloth.
If Elvis seen this shit, he'd go crazy. No,
Okay.
no, on this. No, there's supposed to be.
And now you're making her. Oh wow. I guess that's.
You gotta take her shirt off and then shake her ass up.
There is so much work here to make
This is a
unicorn take a
lot
crap.
of work just to make something take a shit on purpose.
I think I meant to say Bill Cosby.
now they're like, all right, now take the pants off.
Yeah, why? I don't understand why you would do this. There's got to be better toys than this.
There's got to be a better way.
You're just in the bar and you give her that roofie thing, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go shit," and you're like, "Oh yes, it's working."
Oh, whoops! I gave her a laxative.
As soon as they go to the bathroom, you know
your
it's working.
unicorn.
Yeah,
There's a lot of holding this
is
unicorn's hair
so
back.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This is so much.
any criminal.
Was this a successful toy?
Yeah.
She's going to use the bathroom. Well, I got this bitch now.
I mean, this YouTube channel has 1 million subscribers.
Well, that's just the toy. Smith's Toys Superstores.
Oh, and
There's
after
a toothbrush. You have to brush this unicorn's teeth.
after you
fuck
poison it,
off.
make sure you brush all the poison out.
Wow.
Save it for later.
Look at all the cleaning you got to
Arsenic will crystallize. Make sure you clean out your container.
Wow, there's so much cleaning for this toy.
Kids don't mess with this type of stuff anymore. Why would you
they will
risk
do it.
everything?
They will do it one time. They will see how much work it takes, and they will never touch it again.
Go right back to their iPad,
Guaranteed.
their phone,
Guaranteed.
whatever.
You're
Yep.
getting the downvote from me video.
Yeah.
Not good.
Poopsie unicorn slime surprise. You suck shit.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't.
I'm with the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, me too. Pay 'em.
Team
Yeah.
Will I Am.
It's just a terrible product in the first place. And you're gonna promote my song with it? Oh hell no!
That's probably what it was. They were probably like, you know what? I'm so glad.
If it was a better toy,
Yeah.
we'd give it to you.
Probably.
They were probably happy to still be relevant. Honestly, you know,
If it was a good toy and it made them relevant, they'd probably play that shit.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry
But,
about it.
but they're like, this is not a toy we want to be associated with. This is a ton of work.
They're like, look, Lauryn Hill is getting back together with the Fugees for a reunion tour. We have to compete.
Yeah.
We got to sue the poop toy.
Man, but either way, I'm glad they did it because now we know a toy that we can warn parents not to use.
Yeah, don't buy Poopsie.
Yeah, don't buy the Poopsie Slime Surprise Unicorn toy. I know you think maybe you should, but you shouldn't.
Just think when kids want to like resemble Poopsie and like, Mom, give me something so I can go Poopsie like Poopsie.
Well, but they already are. Like,
yeah, right.
You're already living your Poopsie dreams. Like,
yeah.
You don't need to do anything else but just be your own Poopsie self.
We don't want to give them anything else that's gonna slime though. Like we don't want slime coming out of them.
Well, and then also, of course,
because we're like, no, I want slime to come out.
Right? But you request that one time. Like, and then you experience it. You're like, this has been a mistake.
You're like, oh, you want slime? All right, you're gonna get slime every day. It's like the cigarette thing, you know?
Yeah, I don't want slime anymore.
Yeah, just give them all the cigarettes. So like, no, I can't smoke no more. It's the same thing with slime.
I don't
just make them shit themselves so much. Like, okay, I'm done sliming.
Yeah, like 1 hour of that.
Throw this toy away. Yeah.
That's why I always get so weirded out by toys that try to like make the idea of poop like fun or attractive. I guess that feels weird to say. Like
toys, like they should be like action figures and then like race car tracks and but something where
be building blocks,
where you're messing with its internal organs. Like that's real extra. Kids aren't into that,
Yeah, well, and I mean, I guess on one hand, like you want kids to be comfortable with their bodies. That's cool, but I also don't want them thinking that poop is something we play with.
Yeah,
like that's a big. I'm a big believer. Just put it where it goes, and then put your toys elsewhere.
Right.
No poop toys in my world.
Never.
No.
Sorry, guys, I had to make pee.
No, you did not. Did you see any aliens on your ring this morning?
I did not see any aliens. I will say, though, we are in the middle. Well, we're now nearing the end of the fair.
Yeah.
And since we got a ring a couple of years ago, people always ask, like, oh, is the fair traffic nuts? It's got to be the worst. It's not great, but it's easily avoidable when you know how to get in and out of the neighborhood. It's not that bad. Yeah. Mild annoyance at best. However, the constant fucking ring notifications of people walking by and driving by, that's a little annoying. That's where I'm like, I got to snooze this motherfucker all the time.
Yeah, I could see where you want to maybe scale back the area that it reacts to.
Yeah, I could, but I also could just hit snooze.
Yeah. Okay. But now apparently you get $1 million if you can prove there's aliens through your ring camera.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to get people to buy a ring camera real quick.
Makes me want to buy one. I mean,
they are surprisingly affordable.
And I usually don't fall for scams.
Yeah. That's why you have your money and Felicia Rashad does not.
Yeah.
I do like that they had to add the contest only open to Americans, which ironic when you're dealing with the idea of aliens, at least 18 years old, is to capture, quote, unaltered scientific evidence of a real extraterrestrial life form. This is Pepsi's given away a jet where they were like, let's not get fucked over and have someone do a really good deep fake and then have to pay them $1 million.
Well, here's the thing. Do you got to put it on your house? Because you can take one out into the freaking
space.
Mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take one out.
I put a ring camera on my spaceship.
At nighttime. I mean, I've been outside at nighttime. In our ceremonies, we stay up overnight.
Oh, yeah?
I've seen
some shit.
I've seen aliens. Yeah. Okay. If I take a ring camera out there.
Because that was kind of my thought.
Let's get you a ring camera.
It's a big world. Why is an alien in a neighborhood in Broken Arrow?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But somewhere out in the wilderness where there's not necessarily going to be a bunch of humans who might fuck with you.
Yeah, or humans who might not have pillaged the land for all of its natural resources yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be wearing a ring camera on my forehead like a GoPro.
Hell yes.
Right?
Looking up at night, every night.
He's like a little chest harness deal.
I was going to say, we just need to build you a helmet with it on. So, yeah, just strap that helmet on.
Because they said an extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah.
They didn't say, if he was in or out of his vehicle, you know?
No. Yeah, it didn't specify.
No, it just says unaltered scientific evidence.
And...
Now, how do you prove that evidence is scientific?
Yeah.
Right.
I
what's
have a
scientific-
hypothesis.
I have a hypothesis. Yeah, and then a conclusion. So
Well, that's actually interesting because it says of a real extraterrestrial life form, so like a being. But if you saw like just a ship, for example,
Would that count?
does that count? Because I mean, obviously someone's got to be flying it, but you can't.
I think
prove.
it counts because ships don't go like in these like different patterns that I've seen them go.
Yeah,
in
that's true. That's
at
true.
night.
Man.
So they go like zigzags, and it's crazy.
Someone like you're supposed to
that's
zigzag
cool.
zig, and this was like zigzag zag.
But it's not like real fast. But they'll be like, shh, 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 shh. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
You seen
I
it?
seen it.
I remember. I thought I saw something when I was younger. It was a long time ago, and I got to admit, my memory is fuzzy, so I can't stand by that one the way I would have when I was a younger.
I'll
man.
tell you, all natives probably believe in aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
'Cause we believe we come from the stars anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What my tribe says our creation story is that the sun bled, and the blood that landed on the earth, that's where Uchis came from. That's my
Okay.
tribe.
Cool.
So that's
Star blood.
where we're from the stars. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they do say that people do come from stardust, pretty much.
Hey man, I'd rather come from stardust than some fucking rib,
Yeah. I mean, it's
some invisible
a
man
little
in the
bit more
sky.
scientific.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. There's science to it.
Then
so
again, you can probably grow somebody from a rib these days. But
For
way
sure.
back then,
That's cloning.
yeah.
that's true. Yeah. So you get a petri dish entered into the equation. Things can change a little bit.
Now, what I want to do is clone a human from a rack of ribs, barbecue ribs.
Yes. I just want to clone ribs so I can have all the ribs I want.
Turns out we did clone a person from a rack of ribs. It's Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
I like that you said Fieri correctly.
Of course I did, Hilton. I can't disrespect my people that way.
I respect them, but I could never say it right just because my mouth don't make those noises. I don't know. Guy Fieri, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I know.
The way that I always explain how to pronounce it correctly is it's almost like the R becomes a soft D, like Fieri.
Fieri.
Like Fieri.
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 That's
Fieri.
like I can't roll my R's. Like if you're speaking Spanish, that's a
Fieri.
big technique.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Becky
do
can't
that
either.
Yeah. My tongue just doesn't do that.
I like to make Becky try because it's the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fieri, Buscemi, Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Like I was telling my Mexican friend at work that I really like quesadilla. And I
Okay.
said like that, and he's like, what did you just say? And I said quesadilla, and he said burritos? You like
Barilla?
burritos? Yeah, and then he did that. You mean, quesadilla.
Barilla.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that, because
That
I
one.
can't do that. Yeah, that one. But that's what I mean. Yeah. And I'm like, it sounds so similar. How can you not? But like in Spanish,
It's a
I mean,
different
those
letter.
little.
So
Those
in,
little things
in
really make a
Spanish,
big difference.
there's L and then there's LL, which makes a Y sound. There's R and then there's RR, which makes the rolled sound. So it's technically its own letter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or.
Yeah. And that's just it's
I've never been good at that.
well and yeah, same. I couldn't do it when I was in class as a kid, and just as an adult, it just never clicked. So now I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm failing your culture. You know, you get used to it. What I do like though is that that's just such a great example of how growing up in a different environment can just so drastically change how you respond to what is similar or seemingly the same thing. You talk about the pronunciation and how to our ears, it's not that different.
Yeah.
But if you grew up like embedded in the culture, you're going to hear that nuance that we're missing, and that's just such a great example.
And the Fieri's a good example too.
Yeah.
Like Fieri's easy for me.
Yeah.
But like you said, that's super hard if that's not what you're used to hearing those letters do.
Yeah.
You're like, no. R doesn't make that fucking sound.
It's good stuff. It's cool.
You can't just arbitrarily be like, this R is a D now.
Yeah, but you kind of can if you
My favorite,
understand it.
and we've talked about it once on this show before, I think, but my favorite Italian pronunciation that is so fucking different from how the word is spelled is you've probably heard people joking about Italians saying gabagool. Like, I'll take the gabagool.
I feel like I've heard that.
The real word is capicola.
Yeah.
Capicola.
And that is how Italians pronounce capicola is gabagool. Gabagool. It's just
gabagool.
so like pushed and mushed together that it comes out like gabagool.
Right. Yeah, and that's understandable because people think of that about Americans,
Yeah.
our accents, how we just
Exactly.
mush things together. And
But like if you walked up to an
Yep.
Italian
they're
and
new
said
to
like,
learning English.
I want the gabagool, they'd be like, that's fucking gobbledygook, what you just said.
Absolutely.
That's nonsense words you use for a toddler.
A pigs and a plugs.
and
A pick and a plug.
I teach language, and that's
Do you
that's
really?
something- yeah, and that's something I can catch on to.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
people you can't just go in there and speak full 100 miles an hour. Sometimes you got to slow down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
really go through the sounds.
Yeah,
'cause-
we forget how fast it sounds to people that it's not the same language. Same way that people speaking their other native languages seems super fast to us. You know what I mean? Like I understand a decent amount of Spanish, but a lot of times I can't catch when people that it's their native language because it's just so fast and normal for them that I lose a lot of the words. And so I don't even hear a lot of it the same way they're probably missing a ton of us of what we're saying when we're just blah, 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 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
So I'm sorry, where do you teach?
It's just an independent thing. I used to work at this place called the Yuchi Language Project.
Okay.
And so I would teach children.
That was going to be my next question was
Great.
what language do you teach? Yuchi?
Yeah, grade school kids and babies and toddlers. So in the morning, we would have an immersion class, and
Yeah.
then in the afternoons, I planned the afternoon classes, and I would lead those
Nice.
with the elementary age kids
That's
and
awesome.
middle school.
Man.
And then we split ways, and now I'm an electrician right now, but
Mm-hmm.
I was no longer anymore. Like as of a couple weeks ago, I was teaching voluntary classes every Monday at the Tulsa Library at Zorro,
Yeah,
on the
Zero.
west side.
Yeah.
and so there it's just adults. It was an adult class, but I advertised it for everybody.
Yeah.
all ages, all colors, because I'm willing to teach anybody that's willing to learn.
That's awesome.
Just in the sense of it's a dying language. There's not very many people that speak it. There's not very many people that has the opportunity to speak it. And in
You're
that,
right, yeah.
I thought if I'm able to speak it, I should be able to provide the opportunity. And I was doing that. And so I'm kind of taking a hiatus from that right now.
That's still really, really
And-
cool.
yeah.
Just the fact that you did it is very cool.
Well, and it's like you say, it's one of those things that could be lost to time
Yeah.
if
Yep.
the people that don't have that knowledge take the opportunity to share it.
And I still teach anybody who wants. Anybody can ask me a question anytime, And at my ceremonial grounds, I'm the speaker, So to spread that, I like to teach other people what I'm saying, how to say it, So there's somebody.
Let's teach our listeners how to say "shut the fuck up, Hilton."
Well,
You can say, Hilton had to hand law.
hat to hand slaw.
See, I said it quicker.
Yeah.
But so you would call the person out first, Hilton. You say ha, see, han, flaw. THLA, flaw.
Ha, see,
Han,
ha,
flaw.
flaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Had to hand flaw. That's like be quiet.
I just told myself to shut the fuck up, didn't I?
Hey, me, shut
Yeah.
up.
Hilton had to hand flaw.
I love it.
Hatsy, hath law.
See, you learn something on Opinions Like Ales every now and
Every
again.
now and then.
And the thing about it
It's
is
a rarity.
older generations, they don't like to share stuff like they don't like when you put stuff out on the internet like that. They like to. And the thing about it is that's the way it used to be. That's the way it could be if things were the way they were back in the day.
It's about breaking that cycle, right?
Well, the thing is, we could keep things in the community because people stayed in the community, because people lived in the community and breathed in the community. But now, if you're lucky, you're a part of a tribe that can do things once a year. Some of us do things, throughout the summer.
Yeah.
All throughout the summer, and that's only a limited amount of time too.
Wow.
And being able to I kind of lost my train of thought. You guys got me high.
Well, you
That's
talk
okay.
a little bit about your Yuchi heritage. Yuchi, that's proper pronunciation?
Yeah, Yuchi.
You talk about your Yuchi heritage on stage sometimes. And before knowing you and getting to perform with you, I hadn't heard the name of that tribe before. Is there a large population of Yuchi in Oklahoma?
No, there's really the Yuchis that still have our traditions are only here in Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And outside of that, there's people that claim to be Yuchi and they want to be recognized as that, but they don't have this, and that's fine if they don't have that. But like the last remaining ceremonial Yuchis are here in Oklahoma because we got moved from Georgia.
Okay.
And we'd never been federally recognized by the government, so to the government we don't exist. On paper we don't exist.
Probably another reason why, until knowing you, I hadn't heard of them.
Right. And because of that, we are lumped in with the Creeks. So pretty much if you're a Yuchi, you have a Creek card. Unless you're, something else too. Like if you're Cherokee, okay, you can go get a Cherokee card or something. Yeah. But you can't enroll in more than one tribe.
Oh, okay.
I see.
But every Yuchi would have a Creek card at least, if anything else.
Yeah.
When do
not
we get to
anything
pull
else.
Kevin Stitt's card? Yeah. When do we get to revoke that motherfucker?
So that's up to the tribe.
Is that something that can happen though? Could like a tribe, be like, hey, this motherfucker's actively working against us. Can you be like banished?
Depends on what tribe you're part of. 'Cause
All right.
different tribes have different policies.
I see.
There's some tribes that can just go through and kick you out for no reason. Like they want to chop down numbers and make it a specific.
Seems like they got a pretty decent reason to kick that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, let's pick it and plug it, Hilton.
Yeah, sure. Picks and plugs, where we talk about upcoming shows and events where we have things going on, and of course, picks of the week. I'll go first. My plugs, let's talk about the podcast. We've got the People, Person, Paper podcast, where we're talking about The Office, episode by episode, through every episode of the hit NBC sitcom. Me and Brian Sittler every week doing our best to bring you our favorite episodes. And this week we have one of our favorite people coming back, Josh Bolts. As we get into the Saber era, we will be looking at the episode Saber from season 6 this weekend.
It's gonna be a good day
For
with
Dunder
Dunder
Mifflin and Sabre.
Sabre.
And we're going to have that for you on Tuesday at midnight. So be sure to tune in for that. Also, off in the wings, I've got a new episode of Stories with Mom just around the corner. We're getting ready to sit down and do that this week as well. And I may have some new recording techniques to share for that show as well. So stay tuned and we'll see what we can bring you for that.
Nice.
Stories with Mom, of course, our chance to sit down with my 73-year-old mother and hear stories that she has from growing up. And then my pick of the week this week, I got to talk about Castlevania Nocturne on Netflix. This has been a fun series. I'm about halfway through. The follow-up to the Castlevania series from a few years ago on Netflix, that one, of course, was tied to writer Warren Ellis, who has turned out to be such a problematic individual. So we are glad to have more Castlevania goodness without putting more ducats in Mr. Ellis's pocket. Mm-hmm. This new series following Richter Belmont and a little bit of the plot of Rondo of Blood, if you're familiar with the Castlevania games, including characters like Maria. It also has some changes to the story that are driving people online batty, like having Annette's backstory be as a freed slave from Africa, which is adding some unique cultural aspects to the story and bringing more of a kind of globe-trotting element to the tale as well. And it's being done really well, I got to say, for making changes to characters and introducing new story threads. It's doing really well. Another one, I've got my LGBTQ card, and I am super happy to see a little bit of representation in the show with the villain of Olrox. And I got to tell you, if you're a homophobe, you're not going to like Castlevania Nocturne. Just walk away from the mildly gay cartoon because it's not for you. But
The gay cartoon hurt me.
Exactly. It does that if you're not lubed and patient. But here's the deal. If you don't mind a little bit of that in your storytelling, if you want to see some representation, if you just want to see a world that is represented accurately, there is lots of good character moments for that as well. So go check out Castlevania Nocturne. I'm halfway through and loving it, and I know it's already been renewed for a second season, so we'll actually get more of that as well. And as we transition into your plugs, I'm going to go ahead and mention the one because you're going to be joining us on stage at the Starlight.
Yes, sir. Starlight.
October 20th. We've got you, Rachel Keeley, and Dan Fritchie on the Starlight stage.
It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. That's always a great venue to perform at. There's always a great crowd. As far as me going to the open mic, I've never been to the show that you guys put on.
Yeah.
But I know you can put on a show. So
Well, thanks. Yeah.
And I know it's gonna be great. So
Anything else coming up in the next few weeks you want to share with us?
yeah, let's see. Today, but I know today don't matter. But I'll be in after this. I got a show.
Nice.
but
Where are you going
it's-
tonight? Tell us about that real quick.
It's at a festival, Kittiwah.
Oh,
Festival.
cool.
So
Oh yeah, I think I saw a flyer for that.
it's in Tahlequah.
Yeah. Was
I
there a
don't
flyer, a
keep
Facebook
driving.
event or something? Maybe.
Probably. I haven't got any information about it.
Always fun.
just
Always
found out,
fun.
I found out yesterday. He was like, "Hey, can you be there at 9 a.m.?"
Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
was like, "No, I can't. I got a podcast being at 10. So
9 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen, it's hard.
It's-
It's hard enough to podcast this early in the
Yeah.
morning, but like doing stand up at 9 a.m. That's not good for anybody.
I'm assuming it's outside. You know, it's part of
Yeah.
the festival. You know,
For sure.
So there's gonna be a crowd probably just walking around and stuff. It's
People
probably
that have
gonna
been
be
there from the night before.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably a rough set, but
Well,
I
this
get a little cash. So
Word.
hey,
There you
I'm-
go.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do the best I can. So
well, this is coming out
Always.
Sunday morning, right?
Yes.
So Sunday morning. So tomorrow night, October 8th, you've got something coming up as well.
yes, I got the Looney Bin. Looney Bin. We're having they're advertising as the Barbie and Ken Resi Land.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah, Natasha's on that as well.
Natasha and is Kells on that? Or?
Yep, Kel
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah.
As well as Dakota Six Killer, Rachel Rose, Jordan J.I., and a couple of folks that I'm not familiar with, Julie Make and Keelan Bearpaw.
Yeah, a bunch of our local Native American
Hell yeah.
comedians, and I feel like that's something coming from just being a Native American, kind of banding together and really trying to,
That's- listen.
raise the tide so all ships. You know what I mean?
We just had Natasha on, and one of the things I said is, if they're not giving you the show, you take your show, you make your own show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're not giving you the space, the stage, the time, you fucking take it. You make your own. You say we're gonna do our show together, and I fucking love that. I'm here for it all day. Love it, love it, love it. So go out
Yeah.
for that. What else you got?
6 o'clock. That show's at 6 too.
Perfect.
Doors open
Get
at
a
5.
nice early Sunday matinee,
October 8th.
sort of.
Yeah, that's
And
a good time
then-
for a show on a Sunday.
I'm gonna be with Evan Hughes October 15th,
Nice.
5 days before your show at Starlight. We're gonna be at Belafonte.
Ooh, I don't know about that
Belafonte.
one. That sounds good.
That one starts at 7. I'm pretty sure. It's a new place. I think they just bought that building and renovated it, and so from pictures, it looks pretty nice. I'm
Nice.
excited for that show. I think there's gonna be a good crowd for it too. Then I'm supposed to perform in Okmulgee at the Elderly Nutrition Center.
Hey,
Ooh, okay.
So
Cool.
that's a thing. I'll be performing for older people, you know. So
Listen, if you put me in front of old people and tell me I don't have to be clean, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I gotta be clean.
Being dirty with old people is it's so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
The show I did with Evan last week, which by the way was fucking fantastic, top to bottom. There was the girl that went before me, Ava C, who's hilarious, was talking about the word bussy. And how she said it meant your butt pussy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess it could mean that if you're a woman. But anyway, it just gave me the opportunity to walk on stage and say, I thought pussy meant boy pussy.
yeah,
And there was a very old lady near the front. And to her, I looked and I said, probably the first time you've heard the term pussy.
That is an assumption, sir. I don't appreciate you making that assumption about her.
Hey, Hilton,
Yeah.
I was right.
She may be rocking that pussy all night long. You don't know.
Not a chance in hell.
Got any pics you want to share with the listeners today? Anything you've been into?
stuff I've been into is just whatever catches my attention. Really, scary movies. My girlfriend and I are really trying to watch scary movies since it's the Halloween season.
Yes.
Nice.
You know, trying to find anything scary.
Any good choices you want to recommend?
Well, far as scary movies, we want to see the new one about to come out, Exorcist.
Yeah,
The new
Exorcist. Is it the beginning? We just saw the name of that earlier when we were looking on that Broken Arrow site.
New Exorcist.
But when we were talking about picks, I wanted
Believer.
I wanted to advertise a book when I read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure.
When I was a kid, I was probably middle school. I don't know. Anyway, That was Then, This Is Now.
I know that book.
Why can't I think of her name?
S.E. Hinton.
S.E.
Yeah,
Hinton,
yeah, it is
Oh,
S.E.
yeah.
Hinton. Yes, it is.
That S.E. Hinton's books are the only books I've ever read. Like
Of course, the author of
Rumblefish,
The Outsiders.
Outsiders. Those are the only books I like really read front to back.
Yeah, I remember really digging this one. Man, this is something I haven't thought about in a long time.
There was easy reads, and I thought the scenes were easy to picture in my head. I guess I don't know. And I read those books. So.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, and The Outsiders gets a lot of love, as it should. Great story, great movie, and great history here in Tulsa. We've had Danny Boy O'Connor on the show before, who's the owner and in charge of the Outsiders House Museum, which is honoring that legacy and the legacy of S.E. Hinton. He's also done a great job showing places around town where they've done filming for The Outsiders. Another movie they did here was Tex, which also had Matt Dillon in a key role. But this is one that has slips under the radar a lot. That was Then, This Is Now. So this is really, really cool. So thank you so much for bringing this up.
Yeah, I really liked that book. It was like a young kid, if I remember right. I don't even remember the story, but I remember. Yeah.
Well, here you go.
I felt
Brian
like I
and Mark are
related.
best friends. They have lived with Brian's mother ever since Mark's parents shot each other in a drunken brawl. The boys hang out at Charlie's bar and earn money by hustling pool. Charlie tells the pair that Eminem, a younger hippie boy, is looking for them. Brian and Mark find Eminem in time to stop Curly Shepherd and his greaser gang from beating Eminem up.
All right, no spoilers. And this is clearly a children's book.
Young adult.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I get it.
It's a joke because they're beating up
Yeah,
greasers.
no, I got it. That's slow.
But that's an example of something that when this was published in the 70s and when we were growing up as kids, and even you're a little younger than us, but same deal. We understood that sometimes telling an adult story to a kid is not putting bad thoughts in their head. It's kind of showing them the reality of the world.
Yeah.
And that's what
they really kind of gloss over ever since Mark's parents shot each other in a drunken brawl.
Yeah.
This is just pretty kind of thrown out there.
But here's the deal, man. There's kids out there whose parents are like that, who their parents have passed away. They passed away from terrible, violent means. And, they deserve to have their story told.
My parents were never physically violent, but they screamed at each other all the time.
Same. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Let's see. I got a couple of plugs.
What do you got?
Coming up next week, October 14th, I'm going to be out at our good friend of the show, Dustin Howard, his new spot, Noisetown. Justin Thompson is putting together a sober speakeasy event there.
Cool.
Essentially like an event catered to those that are sober. So excited for that. It's going to be myself, Brett Jeffries, Jacob Hatfield, and Lacey Rains, along with Jeff hosting. So super excited for that, and to be out at Noisetown, which if you don't know about Noisetown, it is a new spot that Dustin opened up that is just a really, really cool thing. As a almost lifelong musician, it is a spot for lessons. It is also a place where you can rent rehearsal space, which every young musician trying to start a band knows one of the most difficult things, aside from finding a drummer, is finding a place to practice. Finding a place where you can actually set up all your shit and be super loud and do it for, more than 30 minutes before someone's telling you to shut it the fuck down. That's one of the hardest things in the world. And there used to be a spot, a storage facility that used to rent spots to bands. And that's where Dustin and all of our musician friends, where we all came together, we all used to rent storage spaces out there. And there hasn't really been anything like that since. And so he's sort of filling that void. And it's just really, really fucking cool for young musicians to know, like, hey, we might have to haul our shit in and out each time, but we can, rent this spot for 2 or 3 hours and have a place to go practice our stuff. So that's super fucking cool. And then, of course, just doing things for sober people, events where the only thing to drink besides booze is water, something that's not that is really good. A lot of times as a no longer drinker, you're at an event and man, they really got nothing for you if you're not drinking booze, some lukewarm tap water and shit like that. It sucks. So this is going to be really cool. I like that there's stuff like that. And then November 4th, I'll be doing Brett Jeffrey's Riff Show again. Not quite sure if that's going to be, I assume, Heirloom, but it's not always Heirloom. So
Yeah, but probably keep an eye on Brent's page for that sure.
How does that show work? Does he give you a subject? Does a audience member yell it out?
It used to be that you would pull a subject.
Yeah.
But the last time he had it on his computer,
it still kind of randomly picks it
excuse me.
for you. So you press a button and it chooses a subject for you.
Yeah, she developed a thing where it randomizes the subjects. Like she'll put in all the subjects beforehand, and then you push a button, and it sort of like a lotto. Fucking, it gives you what it gives you.
Yeah.
But
super fun show.
Do you just do 5 minutes on that one thing or something?
you usually do two-ish, because riffing on something unless you have prepared material, 2 minutes is a long time.
It's
Yeah,
100% the show to do. It's not only. I mean, if you don't like it, no one's going to care if you choose another one. If you go a little long, you go a little short. There's no complaints as long as you're having fun and the audience is having fun. They're on board,
And it's just a good exercise in sort of not improv, but stand up improv. You are improvising, but it's
kind of
you're not
focusing-
creating a scene. You're just trying to create jokes.
on one subject. Yeah,
Exactly.
and hey, if you totally get stumped, just start doing a joke.
Exactly.
People are just there to laugh. They don't care what you do.
And picks. Going back to a classic, Fables from a Mayfly. What I tell you 3 times is true. The album from Fair to Midland. It's almost, nearing 20 years old now. It's probably like 15 years old. Anyways, Fables from a Mayfly. It's from Fair to Midland. If you like really interesting prog rock, metal, adjacent stuff, really super unique. They have some really awesome piano parts that make them stand out. Their singer is incredibly different and unique.
Just an amazing balance of delicate melody and just hard intensity
And aggression, yeah. He can go from a very guttural, almost throat singing growl to having a really incredibly high range too of singing. And then movie pick, you talked about scary movies. It's October, so I started right out of the gate. And I'm going to suggest just jumping in on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. There's obviously some that are better than others, but every single one of them is a fun watch. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is probably the closest to just being straight up on purpose a comedy. Yeah. Because they really had fun with that one. And Dennis Hopper's in that shit. Mm-hmm. Here's the other thing about some of these is like you forget some of the big names that were in some of these.
Yeah.
In Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Viggo Mortensen. Mm-hmm. You've also got one that has Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Then you get your Jessica Biel, your Jordana Brewster, your Alexandria Daddario. Mm-hmm. It's just a great fucking franchise. I said, not all of them are genuinely good, but it's just if you love the slasher genre, fucking Texas Chainsaw, baby.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Brent, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. This is a great time.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
you, man.
Follow Brent on all of the socials and follow for dates and schedules and all that. And same for us. Follow us on the things for more details as our shows come around.
Yeah, follow us.
My
and we won't.
Instagram is Brent Deo Funny.
There you go.
I changed it because it was just Brent Deo or Brent_Deo 20. And my girlfriend was like, "You need to change that. Why is it even like that?" And I was like, "All right, whatever." And
Brent Deo funny. That's good.
Brent Deo's taken. So
Yep.
there's another Brent Deo out there
classic.
somewhere.
But he's not funny, so you don't
Yeah.
get that name.
So I just went did
There you
funny.
go.
I did have Brent Deo comedian,
All right.
and then I was like, that sounds too professional because I don't even think about it.
I like
like
Brent
that.
Deo funny. I
Yeah.
like that. It makes sure they know that what to expect.
And then Facebook just Brent Deo.
Because sometimes you get the comedian and he's really like a preacher, or he's really like a philosopher. You know? Not enough laughs per minute. No.
Right.
The LPM's too low.
Yeah. Dig it.
All right. Thanks again for coming. Follow us on the things. Listen to our podcasts.
See you
Say
next
your
week.
prayers. Eat your vitamins.
Vegetables.
See
Thank
you next week.
you.
Take it from me. I love you.